I'm Claire from Simplistic Data, and this is the SD Review. And today we are going to be having a look at Goldstar Pro. So, what is it? What does it do? And what is it used for? So I think the better question is to ask, what doesn't it do, to be quite honest with you. So Goldstar Pro is so much more than just a CRM system. So I can't really describe it as that. It covers so many different functions and it can replace so much of your current technology. Like, for example, if you use Kartra for your memberships and your course material, if you use MailerLite or MailChimp for email campaigns and landing pages, or if you use Acuity and Calendly for your appointment bookings, you can replace all of those things just by using Goldstar Pro, and it's a fraction of the price. So, if we just take Kartra itself, for the silver package, you pay roughly about $149 per month. And that's if you pay for it annually and not take up the monthly payments. Goldstar Pro will replace that for $97 a month, and it can do all that Kartra can do and more. So why don't we have a look? So what do you get with Goldstar Pro? So the first thing you get is a fantastic dashboard. So you can see at any stage, you can go on here and see a really good overview of what's going on. You get Facebook Messenger integration, so that's also with Instagram as well. And as you can see, you can bring all of your conversations into one place. So you don't have to be logged into Facebook Messenger and logged into your CRM system. Everything is done in the one place. And when you have new people approach you on Facebook Messenger, it adds them into your contacts as well. So you don't have to do that manually. It does it all automatically for you. You can have more than one pipeline. So if you had lots of different things that you wanted to monitor, so different products and that kind of thing, you could have them all in different pipelines. You could have different stages in each of the different ones. It really is very easy to use. And these obviously could be used in different ways throughout your processes. We also have easy to use workflows, which will help you to monitor your pipeline automatically, so you don't have to do so much. So the point of workflows really is to try and remove as much of your admin as possible. So if we can automate it, this is where it is done. And this is how it looks. And as you can see, it's a really simple thing. So you have your trigger at the top, which is this part here. And then each of these are the different things that are going to happen once this trigger has gone off. So this one's for a customer booking an appointment, or where you've booked one internally yourself with the customer. Then it assigns it to the correct user, it updates your contact field, it creates an opportunity in your pipeline, and it sends a confirmation email to your customer to let them know when the meeting is. And then what you can't see at the bottom of this is it has a couple of wait steps, so that it waits until 24 hours before, and then it will send an email out to the client just to remind them that they have their call with you, and then it sends another one an hour before. So you don't actually have to do anything when your customer books a call. Until you actually pick up that phone and speak to them, there is nothing that you need to do. You can send email campaigns. So these would be the things you would send through MailChimp or MailerLite and those sorts of things. So you can create your email template, add the audience to it that you want to send this to, and schedule it, and off it goes. Nice and easy. You have the ability to monitor links to trigger workflow. So if we create a link, like this one has a book a strategy call, if we take that link and put it in here, what that means is when that link is clicked, it will automatically make something happen. So it could be, in a workflow, it could be if they click this link, then they get added to a certain list. Or if they click this link, they get tagged with something. Or if they click this link, a certain email will be sent. So there's lots of different things that you can use it for. So I would encourage you to have a look at those if that's something that you need to use for your business. You've got an easy form builder. These are so easy to build, so simple. And as you can see, you literally drag and drop your fields across. You can add in custom fields as well. So if you wanted to add in any further information, you can do. And you can also link it to your Facebook Pixel ID. So you can always monitor where things are coming from. You've got an easy survey builder, so you can, build your surveys in there. And as you can see, it's exactly the same kind of thing. You can drag and drop everything across. But what you can also do is, if they answer this on this question, jump to this, or if they answer that, jump to that. So you've got some really good routing that you can do to make sure that people are led to answer the right question. So it's not one giant form. It helps you to get the right information at the right time. You can also create canned emails and Facebook and text messages. So what this means is if there are things that you constantly have to send emails out for, like we have in this case, you can create them as a canned email or a canned text. So when you go into your conversations piece up here, where we were looking at the Facebook Messenger list, you can, if you're going to respond, you could use one of these you could use anything that's got canned text next to it. Or if you're going to send a text message, you can use the canned text message. If you're going to send an email, you can use the canned emails. They're there as options for you, so you don't have to write them over and over again. And as you can see, if you look here, we have tokens as well. So they are fields that will automatically update depending on what customer it is that you're talking to. So it helps you haven't got to do so much admin work. And that's why it's really good for using in workflows, because it's already automated and it can just fill all that information in for you. You've got excellent reporting in here as well. I mean, I can't say enough about the reporting, to be honest, because I love a bit of data, as you know. So you've got Google Ads. You can monitor everything to do with your Google Ads. You've got Facebook ads, and it also gives you things like, how many clicks you're getting and that kind of stuff. So you can really monitor what is going on with your Facebook ads. And incidentally, in the workflows, you can also add different people to your Facebook audiences. So when it comes to you doing a Facebook ad campaign, you can target the people that were already interested, that have contacted you because they've already been added to your audience, if you set that up in your workflows, which is absolutely amazing. Your attribution report is your pipeline report, so you can have a look at that. You can change it to look at any of your pipelines. So if you've got more than one, you'll be able to see what's going on there. But this is really good if you're wanting to look at your forecasting, for example, because obviously forecasting is really important to know when you can invest money in certain things and that sort of stuff. So really, really good reporting there. You have call reporting, so you'll be able to see, if you've got your calls routing through Goldstar Pro, because you can have that integrated. You'll be able to see who's making the calls, how many you've had come through, how many have been answered compared to how many have been missed. And you've got agent reporting in there as well, which breaks it down. So if you have more than one member of staff, you can see how each member of staff is performing. You've also got appointment reporting as well. So when you book your meetings and your strategy calls and that kind of stuff, or discovery calls, it will show you how many you have booked, how many have been confirmed. It shows you how many have been cancelled, how many are no-shows. Really gives you some really good information so that you can then hone how you're contacting people and see what's successful for your business. You've got so much that you can do there. It's absolutely amazing. Then you have your calendar integration. So this will integrate with Outlook and Google Calendar if you use those things. But if not, they've already got a built-in calendar for you. So everything goes into the built-in calendar. So it's up to you if you want to use something different. You don't have to, but everything can go through here for you. Then you've got your online reputation monitor. So when you send out reviews requests, so when you finish work with somebody, you send about review, please leave me a lovely review, which I'm hoping if you've used me already, you'll be doing already for me. It will show you how your reputation is growing, or whether it's going downhill or not. So you'll be able to actually see how well you're performing, which is absolutely amazing. And I've not actually seen many other tools that give you this information in one place. So this is going to be absolutely amazing. If your reputation is really important for your type of business, this is a really good thing to have there, so you can see how well you're performing. You get all of your contacts in one place. So again, you know, if they've been on Instagram, or if they've contacted you through Facebook Messenger, they all come in here. So ignore the big grey space, because obviously I've had to cover up the names that are in there. But from here as well, this is where you would create your audiences. So you'd use your filters to decide who it is you want to target, so you can pull the right people out. So then you could use that for your email campaigns, if that makes sense. And this is what your contact looks like. So this is my little contact card in here, so you can have a look at it. You can see any messages that have been sent to me, any emails that have been sent to me. You can see any activities I've done. So you can see that I've submitted a form, the contact was created, the form's been submitted. So you can see what I've actually done to interact with you. Notes is a really good thing to have as well. So the way that I use notes is obviously, you know, if I talk to somebody, I put a note on my system just so that I know what's been said and when I've spoken to them and that kind of thing. But I also use notes. So if you have a form, I automate it so that the information from the form, when it's submitted, creates a note as well. So you can see all of the information from the forms that people have submitted in your additional info button, which is here, which is all well and good. But you have to trawl through all of your custom fields to get the right information. If you create a note out of it, it'll be in your notes section. You'll be able to just read it like a document. So that's what I tried to do with all of mine. You can see any tasks that you've got open from your workflows. And you can also set manual ones if you need to, but these are all things like, you know, if you've got a workflow that goes through and it sets a to-do task to say, create something, this is where you would see it. You would see everything you need in here. You can also create all of your sales funnels in here. So these are only useful if you have your web domain attached. So you can integrate your web domain in here. And it's so simple to do as well. I know it sounds really complicated, but they give you a step-by-step guide on how to do it. It's so good. And you can create your funnel so that then when someone comes along to book the call, so they go on your website, or you put it on as a landing page on social media, for example. It takes it through all the different stages. You can set it all up as you would do a normal funnel if you were using like ClickFunnels and that kind of thing. And you could also do an A/B split as well, so you can see what is working for you. So you can do like a variation, and then that way you can make sure that your message, you can see how they're being received and that kind of thing, whether you're getting more interaction on one than the other, and so on and so forth. So simple to use. It is absolutely amazing. You can also do all of your courses and memberships in here. So if you use, you know, Kartra, or you use MemberVault or anything like that, you can replace that by doing everything in here. And because it's in here, everything's automated for you. So it sends out the automatic set up for your customer, so it gives them their login details, so they'll be able to log in and that kind of thing. But also when they complete things, you can use them in your workflows to then prompt them to do other things, or to look at different things that they might be interested in. And they've got some really good reporting on this as well, so you can see who's logged in, how many times they've logged in, where they're up to on their course, all of those sorts of things. It makes it really simple for you to keep on top of what your customers and your clients are doing. Then you have trigger actions. So these are not the same as trigger links. So trigger actions are basically like workflows. It's just a different layout. So it does exactly the same thing, but I guess it depends on how you find things, because some people find things working in one way better, but they might find it working like this. And it basically gives you your trigger, which is number one. And then in the number two section, you can add in as many actions as you need to create that workflow. So really it just does depend really on what's best for you. You know, it's quite nice. And I like the fact that you have these two different options available. That's really good. And then you've got your website chat as well. So you can put your web chat on your website if that's what you want to. You know, not everybody uses these. Some people find them very intrusive, but some people don't. And if you want to use it, there's the ability to do that. And you can, you know, get your code, pop it in, and off it goes. How would you use it? Well, the way I've set it up for my customers is varied due to the fact that it covers so many different things. So for some, we've used it as an automated CRM system, which allows them to automate the process for their customers signing up to being fully onboarded. So they don't really have to do very much. So this has reduced the time it takes to get a customer set up. And I would say that against using other tools and manually setting up, we probably save about at least 50% of time. Because with the workflows, the way that I try to make it happen is that all that you will need to do is have a call with a client, update the notes on the system, put in whether the client wants to proceed or not. If they want to proceed, create a contract and stick a link in there for the contract document, and stick a link in there for an invoice, and the system will do everything else. You don't actually have to do anything other than that. That is it. So it's literally, if a customer doesn't want to proceed, it deals with that automatically. You don't have to deal with it at all. It does it all on its own. If your customer does want to proceed, then it will send out the contract to them, and then when the contract comes back, it will send out the invoice to them, and it's all done. You don't have to do anything. So that is one of the ways that I've set that up. For others, we've set up courses and automated the whole process for customers to sign up. So from creating a landing page to having a workflow that moves them through a pipeline so you can see exactly where they are. And if you integrate Stripe, you can set it to take payments as well, which is really good. So there's no delay in getting your clients online and getting them working through your course or your membership, which is really good. There is also a free app for your mobile as well, so you can keep an eye on things when you're on the go. It's free to download on both Google and on iPhones. And it provides you with basic reports as well, so you can see, what opportunities you've got outstanding, what tasks you've got. It allows you to see all your messages, and you can then, respond to your messages while you're on the go. You can see all of your contacts, and you can see what's going on with each of your contacts. So it's really good. And you can add contacts to different campaigns or to workflows. You can create opportunities. So as you're out and about, and if you're networking and that kind of thing, you can take that with you, and you can do things on the fly, which is absolutely amazing. So what does it integrate with? So you can integrate this with Zoom, with Google, including Google Drive, Facebook, Instagram, Google Business, Stripe, Shopify, Clio, and QuickBooks. However, I have to say I am disappointed with the QuickBooks integration, purely because the only thing it allows you to do is ask for a review. You can't look at any invoices or anything like that. So I found that a little bit disappointing. So what are the positives? Well, I must admit, I am a little bit in love with it, to be honest with you. As a tool goes, it is probably one of the most comprehensive systems that I have found in all of my, looking for things, all my investigations. I love that it's a proper CRM system, but I also love the other functionality that you get to create really good workflows, and it's so intuitive and easy to use. I love that I can set up email campaigns. I haven't got to go elsewhere. I haven't got to try and export my customers anywhere else. I can do everything in the same place. I love I can create my own courses and that kind of stuff, which is just absolutely amazing. And I'm going to be using it myself to create some challenges for people going forward. So one of the things that I would like to set up is actually to do with Gold Star, and it will be a Gold Star challenge at some point. So keep an eye out for that. And whilst you don't have your own facilities to create your own reporting within Gold Star, you can export everything. So if you need to do something that's not in the box, you can actually get the data out nice and easily and be able to do that reporting yourself, which not a lot of systems do. Some do, but not all systems, and it's not always easy to read. So I honestly can't praise this enough, really. When it comes to other CRM systems and technology and that kind of stuff that I've discovered so far, I really can't say anything more positive about it. It's absolutely amazing. I know I'm not the best person to say this, judging by the complexity of some of the things that I do, but it really is simple to use. It's quite overwhelming when you first look at it, But once you actually understand it and you get your head round it and how everything links together, it's so simple. And I love that. I love that it's so quick and simple. And being able to see everything in one place is a massive plus for me, because I often have, hear from a lot of clients, they've got to go in this to find out that piece of information, there to find out how successful that thing was. And you just can't bring everything together. And this is, whilst it doesn't encompass everything, it certainly does cover a lot of ground. It's amazing, really. And it's just not about just seeing what your pipeline's doing. It's about seeing everything: campaigns, workflows, your pipeline, how your memberships are doing, everything, one place. So much more simple. And also to integrate it with Facebook as well, because lots of people use Facebook to contact different businesses. I'm not a big fan of Facebook Messenger, if I'm completely honest. I don't trust how safe it is and that kind of thing. So I would always, encourage people to not use Facebook Messenger, but like to contact me, because I just don't like using it. I don't really go on there. However, if you use that and it's important to your business, to be able to bring that into one place, not have to look over there for your Facebook and over here for your CRM system, plus setting all your customers up automatically, that's an absolute massive bonus. It's so good. And the community is great as well. There's a really, really good Facebook group in which you can ask questions, and they are super responsive. Karen, who's the, she's the owner and creator of Gold Star Pro. She's absolutely amazing and such a lovely person. And she's always available in the group. Now, I dealt with many, many different CRM systems, from HubSpot to Dubsado to Salesforce to all these different ones. And this is the first CRM system or technology system in general that I have found where the person who created it is actually available to answer your questions within a Facebook group. That to me is just fantastic customer service. And like I say, super responsive, which is absolutely amazing. So what are the negatives? Because there must be some. So I spent a really long time looking at this because I was not convinced that there was nothing negative to say about it. So I did play with it for a number of weeks just to try and build a lot of different things, just to try and understand that, because there must be something wrong with it. And I know that sounds really bad, but that's what I do. I like to understand the limitations so that then when I speak to you as my customers, I can tell you what is best for you, depending on what it is you need. And if I don't know what the limits are, I can't help. So other than the QuickBooks integration, which I've already mentioned, there's not really much to not like, which is nice, really. But the things that I have found are really just niggles. There's not really anything seriously wrong with it at all. So it would be nice if it could incorporate invoicing that could be used as a trigger. So for example, in like the workflows, if a customer pays an invoice, that we can use that as a trigger to do something else. That would be really helpful, because then what we could do is then we could move the opportunity to closed one automatically without you having to move the opportunity, and that would be great. And what I'm like for an automation. If I can automate it, I will. So that would be absolutely amazing. The other thing that I think would be quite a negative for me, and I've created a workaround for it, but for people that have requested it, but I think we could do with some embellishment in the pipeline department. So it's not with the layout or anything, because as you can see, it looks fine and it works exactly as it should. So there's no problem with the functionality as such. But from a lost opportunity perspective, it would be really good if we could deal with those from a reporting perspective. So at the moment, there is no inherent lost reason for reporting on, and lost reasons are really important. So when you want to improve your business, you want it to grow, if you can understand why you lose business, it allows you then to put things in place to try and counter that. So if you're looking at it and you're losing a lot of business because you're too expensive, then you can look at your pricing. If you're losing it to a competitor, then you can go and investigate your competitor and see what it is that they're doing differently that's allowing them to win the business from you. Now, there's lots of different things that you can find out from that, so if you don't have the information, you're never going to know. And the best thing about having a lost reason as well, because usually they're a drop down and that kind of thing, you can keep it uniform, which means that reporting is even easier. Reporting from text fields is notoriously difficult. It really is, because it will depend on how you spelt it, whether you use capitals, did you stick a full stop at the end, have you got a space at the end, have you got a space at the beginning, did you use a hyphen that time or not this time? There's so many different things that could cause a problem. Whereas if you had something nice and inherent that was a little drop down box with all different reasons that we could customize, that would make that so much easier. Like I say, it's a little niggle because there are workarounds around it, but for me, I think that should be part of a pipeline process. It's an important part. So on the whole, I absolutely love Goldstar. Absolutely love it. I just think it's just fantastic, really. I don't know of any other apps that cover as much as what Goldstar does. So if anyone does know of any other tool that can do these things, please pop the information in the comments of this video, because I would love to have a look at different things. I for my customers, I want to make sure I give them the right things for their business, and I'll only know that if I get the information to understand it. So I do some research myself. I research one day a week. I take the whole day and I just look for different things. So if anyone knows of anything else, please let me know, and that'll be amazing. The positives far outweigh the negatives for this, and the cost is $97 a month, which works out to about £70 a month. Now, for all the other tools that you could be using, if you're using Zapier to create your workflows, to get information from one place to another place and back again, you don't need to pay out any of that money. Everything is in one place, and it's £70 a month, roughly, depending on what the exchange rate is. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about, as well as getting rid of admin and that kind of thing, is to try and help save you money. So if I can find something that's going to help you save money, I'm all over it, because I just think it's absolutely amazing, really, that we can do those sorts of things. So before I discovered Goldstar, I would recommend things like, MemberVault and that kind of thing, a marketing platform like MailerLite or MailChimp. I'd recommend CRM systems like HubSpot and Pipedrive, and I'd link everything together using Zapier. But I don't need to do that with this. I don't need to use any of those tools, and I don't need to use Zapier to put it all together either. And it doesn't matter how much it's like that. $97 or £70 a month covers everything. There's no bolt-ons, there's no difference if you've got more than one user. It's honestly, I just think it's absolutely amazing. I really do. So if you're a smaller company, this might be a really good solution for you. And yes, don't get me wrong, things like Zapier and MailerLite are free to use up to a certain point, which is absolutely great. And when you're first starting out, it's definitely something that I would encourage you to look at, using free tools, because money is obviously of a bit of a premium when you first begin. But as your business grows, what you've got to think about is, if it works today and you've got 10 customers, that's fine. But what happens if you double that? So you've got 20, and then 40, and then 80, and then 100, and then 200, and then 1,000. Would your processes that you're following today still be able to cope with all of those customers, with that increase in customers? So, have a little think about that kind of thing, and think about where you want your business to go and what tools you can put in place that will save you money, save you time and effort, which this certainly will, and, does the job for you. Maybe this is the right choice. So if you're interested in signing up to Goldstar, I've got a link in the comments for you. So you'll be able to, use that link to sign up. You'll get a 14 days free trial, and you'll be able to have a little play and get used to everything in there. And there's no restrictions on the trial whatsoever. So have a little look at it. and see what you think. I really like it. I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm actually creating a package to do with Gold Star, so keep your eyes open for that as well. That will be launched shortly, which is really good. And the way that I'm trying to do this is what I would like to be able to create for you, if you're interested, is to be able to give you a fully fledged system ready to go. So what it will do is you'll be able to book your calls in. We'll have the form for booking your calls in ready set up for you. All the workflows will be in place to take care of reminders and that kind of thing. If your customer's not interested, it will take you down that path and it will do that, so you don't have to do anything with those customers that don't want to proceed. And we can set up all your canned emails for you, all of your canned text messages, all of that kind of stuff. So just keep an eye out for it. It's coming soon. And then all you will literally have to do, when I give it back to you, all you will have to do is plug your form in, wherever that is that you want it to be plugged in. Have the actual call with the customer, because I can't automate that bit for you. Write your notes in the system after the call. Go into a field to say whether they're going to proceed or not. Add in your contract URL for wherever it's saved, whether that's on your OneDrive or if it's on Google Drive or whatever, and the same with your invoice. That's the only things you will need to do. It will take care of everything else for you. How blooming amazing is that? And you don't even need to put your domain in there. So if you haven't got a website, if you don't pay for a domain, you don't need one, because the basic product that I've sorted out doesn't actually need that. It does everything from within Gold Star for you, and that's going to be £70 a month after the install. I mean, where can you get that kind of bargain from? Honestly, it's amazing. So yeah, have a look at it, check it out, see what you think, and I will see you all next time.